Once again, I'd like to welcome you all back to Water Your Soil. So this video right here is going to be about why I don't discuss trade lines on my channel. Because I don't discuss trade lines. I get asked this question often from time to time. Like, people who are not really familiar with credit, they hear the words trade lines and they hear, disputes. Those are the two main things that they usually hear when it comes to improving your credit score, like ways to improve your credit score. They either hear dispute your credit score, or they hear add trade lines, which is basically add authorized users. Get added on authorized user accounts. There's a reason why I don't really discuss those two things. I like to follow the fundamentals first. So the fundamentals, in my opinion, are what will set you up for the rest of your life. Once you have the fundamentals and the principles of credit down pat, you'll be set for the rest of your life. Because even if you hit bumps in the road, or you come on and fall on a hard time in reference to, debt, let's say you have medical debt, or, something of that nature, something just comes up, a life event, and you fall on a hard time, you'll at least know how to build your credit score back up if you know the principles. If you don't know the principles, it'll be pretty hard for you to build yourself back up, because you'll be chasing after things such as disputes and trade lines. Now, I always call those things like the cherry on the top. Those are the things that you use after the cake is baked. Some people believe in, those being the main things that you use. Trade lines, they don't last. They're not something that, you can have on your credit report forever. They were designed to be temporary, to help your credit score look good, just in case you're going to get a home loan or, something of that nature. But I will say, banks, as I stated in previous videos, I stated this before in the past on here, you could go through my videos, banks don't just pay attention to your credit score. They want to watch your report, and they do watch your report. Your report is important. They're becoming very aware of people adding trade lines and authorized user accounts to their credit report in order to help improve their score. So they're conscious of that. They want to see how well you are at managing your credit on your own, managing your debt on your own. Because as I always say, and as I always tell people, credit is basically how well you manage debt. That's what it comes down to, how well you manage debt. If you manage debt well, then it's going to show up in your credit score. If you don't manage debt well, it's going to show up in your credit score. So either way, whether you manage your debt well or if you don't manage your debt well, it's going to show up in your credit score. Now, there are little tips and tricks and little things that you can do to hide it. It's basically like painting over a battered wall. You can hide it, but if you don't know the fundamentals and follow the principles that are needed in order to have the correct credit score and a correct credit report for these lenders and these financial institutions to feel comfortable with lending to you and, in my opinion, quote unquote, doing business with you, then you're gonna dig yourself in the hole. So I don't talk about trade lines on my page, and I probably won't. Authorized user accounts, those are something, like I said, I look at as the cherry on top. I want people to focus on the basics. I want people to focus on the principles. I want people to focus on the important things, because when you focus on those things, like I said, it sets you up to win forever, because you'll know what you need to do and what you don't need to do in order to keep your credit score healthy. My page is all about having you get to the point where you have a healthy credit score, and you know what hurts your credit and you know what helps your credit. Because there are a lot of people around, and they don't know what hurts their credit score. They don't know what helps their credit score. A lot of people be like, well, if you just pay off your bills, that'll help. Yeah, it's a little more complex than that. It is a little more complex. Yes, like I said, it deals with debt management and how well you pay off your debt and manage your debt. but it's a little more complex than just paying stuff. It's certain ways you have to do it. You have to do it in certain ways, and certain things, and certain limits that you have to use when spending, when dealing with a credit limit. It's a certain amount of accounts that you need in order to really make a statement and a dent in your credit report and credit score as far as an increase. There are a lot of things. It's all about manipulating the scoring system. You don't do this illegally. It doesn't have anything to do with doing things illegally. It's not. It's strictly strategy. You have to be strategic when it comes to this. So no, I don't talk about trade lines, and I probably won't talk about trade lines because, like I said, I want people to focus on the principles. And I know for a fact, because I did this and I have done it and helped many people over the years do it. If you follow the principles and get the principles down packed and the fundamentals, you'll be well on your way to having a good or excellent credit score. I like to always refer to basketball. Like, let's take a player like Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan, he wasn't the most athletic player in the NBA, which would basically equate to in the credit world, the athletic player, the flashy trade lines, all that type of thing, which is cool, you know what I'm saying? But what he mastered was fundamentals. He had fundamentals down packed. And those fundamentals are what led him to winning championships, and also is the reason why he's basically a Hall of Famer. And no one can dispute Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan is a baller. So the fundamentals will get you where you need to go. So I'm going to keep focusing on fundamentals. I'm going to keep on highlighting those things on my channel. Like I said, I highlighted them in my book. I highlight them in my class. I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll put trade lines and things of that nature on the back burner. I don't have anything against them, but like I said, I know my way is proven. I'm not saying that it's the best way or the only way, because it's not. It's tons of ways. And something else that I want to address real quick before I end this video. I had some people ask me, they were like, so, how do you feel about helping people with credit when there's so many people that are doing it? There are so many credit repair companies. First of all, I'm not a credit repair company. Number one, I don't do credit repair. Number one. Number two, I like to think of credit or anything in business similar to school. When you're helping people out and educating people, like, think of mathematics, for example. There are thousands, and I mean thousands of teachers in one state. We're not even going to go the whole country, but one state, there are thousands of teachers, and they're all teaching mathematics. Should those teachers stop teaching mathematics because other teachers are teaching it? No. You need as many teachers as possible. So I don't have an issue with other people out here doing credit repair and helping people, just like they shouldn't have an issue with me doing what I do. We're all in this together. Honestly, I don't view it as like, oh, I shouldn't be helping people with credit because there are thousands of other people doing it. No, this is my lane. So I focus on my lane. I don't focus on other lanes. I focus on my lane. But anyways, I wanted to address that, and I'd like to thank you all for stopping by. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. I know you watched the video, but make sure you subscribe because it helps. It helps with the algorithm, and it helps with my channel growing. My channel is new. My channel has only been around for a couple of months, so I'm going to keep bringing the content, but I need your support. I'd like to thank you for stopping by. Water your soil.